welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is AhTravesty playing some Neverwinter Nights 2, the Baldur's Gate Reloaded mod. Alright, we are getting closer to finally finishing up all these side quests we have here in Baldur's Gate. The next one we're going to deal with is we're going to take care of this guy named Seardamak. He's over here at the Elfsong Tavern. Off camera, I did move over here to the Slums District, so we are just outside of the Elfsong Tavern right here. So we're going to go in there next and deal with him. After that, I think we're going to deal with this Quinn's request quest here. We need to go find the Ankeg that's outside the gate and see if we can get that dagger off this Ankeg so we can bring it back to Quinn. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do after that. So, in the meantime, let's go in to the Elfsong and deal with this quest here. Alright, yeah, I believe he was upstairs, if I remember correctly. Let's go up top. Get everybody together. Let's go find Seardamak. Alright, there's Quail. Oh yeah, there he is, Seardamak. Alright, now, if I remember correctly, this is going to end up being a fight. Let's go to Kagan. We got our long duration stuff up too, so I'm thinking we should be fine. Let's go see what he's going to say. Can I help you, friend? If not, please do not hesitate to get out of my face. You're interrupting my fun. Alright, we got a bluff option here. Let's go to Garen. I think he's got the highest bluff. I have some merchandise you'll be interested in seeing, but not here. Let's go to a room where there are fewer prying eyes. And get me alone without my fellows? No, you ask too much. There's something suspicious about all this. Perhaps you will tell me why you are truly here. If not, I'll put a knife in your tenders for taking me away from my drink. Alright, yeah, I'm here to put an end to your filthy life for the honor of a lady. I trust you mean Ariana. I would not have thought her capable of hiring someone to kill me, especially of such a trite issue as this. A simple tryst in the undercellar, and she's prepared to pay me for weeks on end. The nobles are such prudes when it comes to one of their number slumming with a common sneaksman. No matter. I will kill you, and then I shall double how much I demand. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Let's hit him with some Hexblade's Curse. See if we get a sneak attack. And let's see, Kagan. Can we get a knockdown on him, maybe? Ooh. He's got some ruffians coming in to help, it looks like. Yep. This one's hostile. Oh, they're going down quick. Oh, yeah. Alright. I thought that might be a little bit more difficult, but Quail even came over to help fight. Let's see what we got here in the remains. Bastard Sword +1, let's grab that. The rest of that stuff can stay. It looks like we have something else laying here. A bandit scalp. Huh! We don't need them anymore. Yeah, that's all stuff we don't need. Alright, well, I think that's that. Let's see, did we get a journal update? Nope, I guess we gotta go back to the 3 kegs and talk to her and close out that quest. But let's get out of here first. Alright. So now I think the next thing we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to head out the city gates and see if we can find that Ankeg. But, you know, I almost forgot. We have that nymph hair. And I think we can take that to Sorceress Sundries and get that made into a cloak, if I remember correctly. Let's go to the gate district. After this, we're going to head out and see if we can find that dagger. Into the Sorceress Sundries we go. Alright. Orgilinian, anything new with you, sir? Nope. Alright, let's talk to Halbazar. Well, well, if I am not mistaken, that be a lock of nymph's hair. A luckier being there cannot be than they who have gained the favor of such a creature. Would you be willing to part with a small portion of that sample? I could pay, say, 500 gold for it. No, I want to get a cloak made out of it. Oh, I couldn't sell this. It was a gift. Not unless you offered me outrageous amounts of money. Suit yourself, though I can't say as I blame you. Very useful stuff, that. Say, how about I have a seamstress weave it within a cloak for you? It is said that the wearer of such an item is magically more beautiful. It would not cost much, perhaps 100 gold. Delicate stuff it is. Alright, excellent suggestion. You have a deal. You won't regret this. I already have one cloak made. I'll give it to you, now that I can make several others. Here you go. Alright. Yep, we lost the hair and we gained a cloak. Let's take a closer look at that thing. Nymph cloak. +2 charisma, and we can do charm person or animal. Unlimited use is nice. Who can take use of a +2 charisma? Branwen could probably use it for sure, or Garen. Yeah, actually that might be better in Garen's hands. He's currently got a cloak with a shield, which is protection from arrows. Yeah, oh yeah, I can easily give that up. Let's see, what does Branwen have? She's got a cloak of protection +1. You know what? I am going to give that to Garen. Get his charisma up to 18. Yeah, I don't think anybody else is really going to get much of an advantage out of that. Yeah, that cloak with a shield we can sell. Speaking of selling, while we're here, let's get rid of all this extra stuff that we got. Let's see. Let's go to Monteron, and let's start selling things. Hopefully he doesn't run out of money. We've been selling him a lot of stuff. Bastard Sword +1 for 1300 we can get. All these gems can go away. All these necklaces and things. Shield amulet, yeah, we can get rid of that one. Alright, dagger +2, I think I'm going to keep that, but that dagger +1 can go away. Short bow, yeah, we can get rid of that short bow now. And these potions. Let's get rid of that one, we'll probably never use it. Yeah, these other ones we'll hold on to. Alright, what else we got? That cloak with a shield can finally go away. And we'll hold on to the rest of these. Anything else we can get rid of? I'm going to keep all of those scrolls and things. Alright, that cloak of protection can go away. Ingot. Alright, we can get rid of all that stuff. Alright, we have 3 wands of paralyzation. I don't think we need all these. Let's get rid of this one that's got the least amount of charges. And sell that one. We'll hotkey these other ones. And yeah, I'm going to keep the rest of these wands and things though. Let's take another look at these scrolls though. Anything I can get rid of? These are fairly decent ones. This one can go away. Yeah, that can go away. Those protections from energy, I'm going to keep all of those. This one I'll probably never use. Yeah, the rest of those I guess I can keep. Alright, and all these armors and things. That ring of protection can go away. All these shields. Got a lot of arrows +2. We'll just hold on to them, I guess. Alright, these weapons can go away. That longbow +1 can go away. And I'm going to keep all the rest of that. And finally, this stuff here can go... Oh. We can't even sell that helm, huh? Elixir of Health, that was remove disease. We'll hold on to that. Alright. So you got for some darts. You know what? Let's pick up some more darts. Since we're getting low on those. I don't think we need all these alchemical silver ones. Yeah, let's get rid of those. I want these +1 darts. Alright. Anything else we can possibly buy? The rest of that stuff is nothing we need. Bunch more wands. I don't need any of that stuff. Alright. Let's get out of here. Alright, now... Yeah, let's leave Baldur's Gate. Let's go outside the gate and see if we can find the Ankh egg that's out there with that dagger. So we're going to bring it back for that quest. Alright, yeah, right outside the gate. Alright, here we are outside the gate. Yeah, we're over here where the priestess was that we killed. Yeah, the Ankh egg's over here somewhere. I want to say it just kind of pops up, but it's over here someplace. Yep, there it is. Let's get him. Oh, he was near death. Where are you at, you bastard? Here he is. Alright, took his ass out. Alright, what do we got here in the remains? Alright, there's Nestor's dagger. We need that for the quest. And the remains... Okay, let's go to Czar on this one. Let's see if we can pull the plates. Yep, and let's get the acid gland. And we got it. Alright, and that's it for that. The Ankh eggs shells, we can't even sell them. Yeah, because that other guy won't even talk to us since we're evil, so I'm just going to drop that. It's putting us overweight. Alright, and that should be it. Alright, let's go back into Baldur's Gate. And I'll see you over by the Nobles District, and we'll turn in that dagger, and we'll go from there. Alright, here we are back into the Nobles District. Let's take a look at the map. I think it was just Quinn's place. Yeah, it's right here. Alright, let's close out this quest. Alright, let's see what he's going to give for us.
You are, no, not I.
That's Nestor's dagger you got there. I saw him drive it between the plates of an Ankh egg before it pulled him under. Here, take this gem of mine. We had come to the city to pawn it before things all went wrong. This mama's gonna be real grateful to you. Alright, nice. Oh, that was a good alignment shift too, huh? Alright, so we got a gem from him, and 100 XP, and alignment shift towards good, which we really don't want to go toward. Alright, now the next thing we need to do is... Yeah, we need to go back to the Tavern District, I think it was. Yeah, let's see, let's head on over here to the oh, there's a transition right here. Yeah, we have to let that woman know that we took care of Sirdamak. And that was over here, yep, Tavern District. Let's go there next. Alright, Tavern District. We need to go to the 3 old kegs. Let's go in there next. Alright, anybody new in here? Probably not. Just let's see if Bellamy says anything new. No, he doesn't. Alright, let's go up top, see if we can find this woman. Alright, back on the top floor of 3 old kegs. I believe it was this room. Yeah, Lady Ariana. Let's go talk to her.
Do you mind?
Have you done it? Is he... the fool is dead, milady. He will trouble you no more. Oh, that is just perfect. Wonderful. All that is left is to pay you for your trouble. Oh yeah, we could try to extort her for some more money. But do I really need it? No. Thank you. It was no trouble, really. Better that his kind of scum is removed from society by any means possible. Well, but then again, that's more of a lawful... You know what? Let's do this, because this is more of a evil one. I think not. This fool had a good idea, and I plan to continue where he left off. I'll take your 500, but I demand 500 more every 2 days until I tire of coming back to get it. Yeah, let's do that. What? You are no better than... I suppose I should have seen it in your eyes when we first met. It would seem I was better off with the devil I knew. Very well. There's little I can do to stop you. I shall be here at the start of every 10-day. Alright, 500 gold. Yeah, we can come back and get more money out of her. Let's see if she says anything else. It is not time for your pickup yet, and I'll not suffer your company otherwise. Get out! Alright, so that one is now done. So, I guess what we can do is probably go back down into the undercellar and see if we can pick up that other companion that's down there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'll see you in the undercellar next. Alright, here we are back at the Blushing Mermaid, as this one is the direct route down into the undercellars. We're going to go down there next. Alright, finally we get to look into the undercellars here. Yeah, we're going to pick up a companion down here. Let's see, does this guy say anything? Alright, fellas, if you want to enjoy the pleasures of the undercellar, you have to pay the 10 gold entrance fee. Then all the Black Lotus and women you want is yours for the night. Huh! Alright, here's your money. Thanks, chum. Alright. Yeah, and plus we need to find that cloak that's down here, too. What's her name? Queen Ash or something like that. Alright, now where is Eldoth? Okay, yeah, that's the guy we need. With him, we're going to go to his quest. We're going to try to rescue Sky. And that's up in the Nobles district over there. But in order for us to pick him up, we have to get rid of somebody. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be Montaron. But when Montaron leaves, so is Czar. But we can pick these guys up later on. The reason I'm thinking that is because we're going to need an extra slot anyways to get Sky in the party. So if we get rid of Montaron... Yeah, and it'll free up Czar too, so I got another slot left over. I really don't want to get rid of these other folks, though, because they're quite useful. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. Let's take a quick look at Montaron and Czar. Is there anything we want to keep? I don't know if bards can use short bows. I think it's crossbows that you can use. Let's see, is there anything we want to keep? Let's keep some of that bark skin, and yeah, let's grab these healing potions too for him. This other stuff I'm not worried about. Yeah, we still have this manual of quickness of action. What was that one again? Yeah, dexterity increase. You know what? Let's keep that too. Maybe I can put that on one of them guys. This other stuff, I think I'm just going to leave on Montaron, because I am fully intend to go ahead and get him back, so I don't want to strip him of everything, just a couple items. Let's take a look at Czar. Now, we might be able to take advantage of some of these wands and these scrolls, too. Yeah, you know what? Let's pass off a bunch of this stuff. I'll do this off camera. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I think we're going to be fine. I just got to sort it out later on, once we get Eldoth in the party. I pretty much grabbed all the scrolls and some of the wands and things like that, and that Staff of Striking. I think he can use that, but we're going to find out. Let's go talk to Eldoth now. Please don't bother me, unless, of course, you've changed your mind about my proposal and desire my companionship. Alright, then, tell us what you have to say. Alright, yeah, he's going to tell us that whole story again. Yeah, we need to go to Antar Silvershield's place up in the Noble District and rescue Sky. We heard all this before, though. Sure, we could use the extra help. Alright, so now we're going to get rid of Czar, and that means we're going to lose Montaron as well. Yeah, there they go. Okay, now let's take a look at Eldoth. He's currently a 3rd level bard, neutral evil. He's got a charisma of 16 and constitution 14, strength 14. Everything else is average. Let's take a look at his skills. He's got a nice appraise, bluff, concentration, diplomacy. He's got some in hide, and he's got a nice lore. Nice perform. Sleight of hand. Yeah, that's another... we need to take advantage of that sleight of hand. That's a hell of a lot better than what Montaron's was. I think Montaron actually had a 0, but we're going to need that to get that cloak. And when we're down in Baragos too, we need to steal a cloak off another guy. So that sleight of hand is going to come in handy. So we also got some spellcraft. And we got some tumble and some use magic device. For feats, he's got flirt, which gives him a +1 to listen, diplomacy, penalty to intimidate. He does have curse song and lingering song. Songs last an additional 5 rounds. Alright, and let's hotkey all this stuff here. Sleight of hand. Yeah, let's bring this over here. So we got Counter Song, we got Fascinate, Haven Song, and we got his Inspires too. Alright, his behaviors. Yeah, let's leave him at medium. And let's go power casting across the board. Alright, and I think that's going to be about it. Alright. And for equipment, yeah, all he's got is studded leather and looks like a dagger. Hopefully we can use some of this other stuff we just transferred over here. Alright, I'm going to level him up and I'm going to transfer all this extra equipment over to him so he's going to be a little bit useful. I'm going to do this all off camera. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, finally all done dealing with Eldoth. He's not the best. I still want to try to get him some better armor or something like that, but right now his armor's crappy. Let's see, let's start over here first. The extra ability points I put into Charisma, so his Charisma is actually up to 18 now. And for skills, I focus on Bluff, Concentration, and Lore, Perform, Sleight of Hand, Spellcraft, and Tumble, and Use Magic Device. Feats, I gave him Toughness and Combat Casting. And of course he's got all the Inspires and songs and things now. And let's see, what else did I do with him? I think that's about it. And I think we set up our behaviors already. Let's take a look at some of these songs and make sure they're down here. Alright, we got Cloud Mind and we got Fascinate, Haven Song. Okay, yeah, we got all this in there now. Alright. And I gave him all these scrolls and things. The only ones he can't use are the protections from energy and the fire burst. We're just going to hold on to them. The extra wands and things I had too, I gave him all of them, and he can use actually all of these, even the Wand of the Heavens, so he can certainly use all these. So I'm going to keep him in the back for now. I'm not going to put him up in melee or anything like that, because his armor class sucks. And I also gave him that Helm of Charm Protection. That was another item we had in our inventory that we weren't using, so I might as well put that on him. And I gave him some darts +1 just to toss around too. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do when we're down here, we need to find, what's her name? Queen Ash? She's down here somewhere. Let's have a little walk around. Is it over here? No. You know what? Let's check all these passageways here. I'm not entirely sure what was going on down here. Don't cause any trouble, he said. Alright. Let's take a look down here. I think these go back to the sewers, but let's confirm. Oh yeah, there's something in here. Let's actually have Kagan lead out. There might be some undead in some of these somewhere, if I remember correctly. Skeleton, anything on you, sir? No, it's empty. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that goes back down. Oh. Okay, yeah, it did spawn a skeleton warrior. Alright, let's fight then. Let's see, let's back up Eldoth. And let's get Garen up here. It's almost dead. There we go. Have a little bit of fun here. Any remains in there? No. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that goes back down to the sewer, so let's just come back. Alright, all these rooms are empty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was a named character. She might be one of these courtesans. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. But let's just make a quick walk around. Courtesans. Alright, there's another door over there. Let's check this one. See if there's anything spectacular down that way. And that likely goes into the sewers too. So let's come on back. Courtesans. Courtesan. Oh, there she is, Queen Ash. Alright. And Diller. Yeah, I think that goes into the sewers too. Let's go to Eldoth. Let's actually talk to her first. What did she say? Don't bother me again. Alright. Yeah, let's see if we can get that cloak off of her. Success. Yep. Oh, that was easy enough. Yeah, DC was 20. Yeah, we got a decent sleight of hand on him, so yeah, I guess that's no surprise. Let's take a look at that cloak. The Cloak of Baldur. Yeah, deflection, universal saves, and spell resistance. Well, let's put that on Eldoth. For now, at least. Once we swap him out, though, I'm going to grab off all the good stuff and we're going to dump him. Alright. So, let's go down to this other passageway over here just to make sure there's nothing else over here. Is this where we came from? Yeah, alright. Alright, so the next thing I think we're going to do, we're done down here, so let's go back to the Noble District, and we're going to handle this quest for him. Let's take a look at the journal, as a matter of fact. Yeah, we need to go to Enter Silver Shield's place. Alright, I'll see you over there, just outside that house. Alright, here we are back at the Noble District, so we're going to head over to the Entar's house, which is this one over here. Let's go handle all this business. And then once we get Sky, I think we're going to head all the way back down to Baragos and get that one cloak. And while we're down there, we're going to dump Sky and Eldoth and then get Monteron and Zar back. They should be down in Nashkel. Alright, here we are in front of this house here. This is Antar's place. Let's see, who's this? A gardener. Let's see if this guy says something.
What are you doing?
This is the estate of Antar Silvershield, and he damn well won't be pleased to know that hooligans are tromping all over his lawn. I shall take my leave, sir. Alright, let's go inside. Alright, now, if I remember correctly, the key to this is just not to talk to anybody. We're here just to look for Sky, and then we're going to get out. Otherwise, I think it's going to lead to a... Everybody's going to start fighting us and things. Yeah, there's a bunch of containers and things here, but we don't really have a rogue that can... Unless... Yeah, they're locked. This one's open. Let's take a look at this one. Is there anything in there? No. Alright, yeah, what I'm thinking is once we get Sky, I think, if I remember right, she is a thief. So maybe we can come back down here and look through some of these containers. Maybe there's some goodies and stuff down here, but yeah. Let's check this bookshelf, and then I think we're going to go up. Yeah, let's try to avoid talking to these guys. Yeah, this is different. From what I understand, this is different from the original game, too. The original game, you kind of got to sneak around through here. Alright, yeah, there's Sky right there. That's locked, that's locked, that's locked. Alright. Let's go ahead and get Sky.
Eldoth, I thought I'd never see you again.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Sky, it is good to see you again. We are here to get you away from this place. These people with me are friends of mine. We're what you might call adventurers. Thank you for your help. I am so happy to be away from this horrid place. Eldoth told me that you were adventurers. Perhaps you would let me join your party. Sure, we could always use more help. Thanks. I'll be the best adventurer you ever seen. Alright, nice. So that's pretty much that. Yeah, that one is all done. Now the thing is, with Sky, if I get rid of Eldoth, then Sky is going to leave, and vice versa. If Sky goes, then Eldoth is going to leave. And I really don't want to keep Eldoth, so I'm not too much worried about it. Otherwise, I believe she's a fairly good rogue. Yeah, she got a high dexterity with 17, strength, and everything else is pretty much average, except for her wisdom is way below average. But let's take a quick look at her skills too. Yeah, it looks like it's all the thievely stuff. High sleight of hand, tumble. Yeah, what about feats? What should she have? She's got weapon finesse, mobility, and dodge. She's a troublemaker. Yeah, nothing too spectacular. I'm going to go ahead and level her up otherwise, because I kind of want to use her to start looking through some of these containers. Maybe there's some good stuff here that we can take advantage of. I'm going to do this off camera. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, all done. Leveling up Sky. She's now a 9th level rogue. She's got a long ways to go before she hits 10th level, but I don't plan on keeping her very long anyway. So the extra ability point I did put into dexterity, so it's up to 18. And for skills, I just focus mainly on, open lock, find traps, things like that. All the normal thievely stuff, so nothing spectacular. And I gave her toughness and spring attack for feats. And I did not give her any equipment, because like I said, I'm just going to end up dumping her and Eldoth later on anyways. For now, though, let's use her to try to get into some of these locked containers. There's one right here in front of us. Let's deal with that one. Oh, success not possible. DC 38, and we're rolling 36s. You know what? Now that we have Eldoth, we can inspire competence. I believe that should help out with 2 extra points. Let's see if we can get into that counter now. Yep. There's a cloak and 300 gold in there. What do we got for a cloak here? We need to get that identified. It is a cloak of protection +1. Alright, well, that's something I'm probably going to sell anyways, but let's just put it on Sky. And let's see, what do we have in the trunk here? Alright, you know what, maybe we should go stealthy here, because there's somebody standing right there. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're probably far enough away, but yeah, let's just play it safe. Ooh, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's go stealthy again. Alright, Potion of Freedom, and we went Chaotic. That Potion of Freedom, let's pass that off. Healing can stay here, and Freedom, yeah, that can all stay there on Sky. Alright, is there anything else up here? Yeah, let's just not talk to anybody. Well, there might be some stuff over here. Let's take a look. Who's that? A servant. Just ignore him. Don't mind us. Oh, Brilla Silver Shield. Oh, that must be the wife, huh? I don't remember if there's triggers or anything over here that would make them talk. You know what? Let's just play it safe. I'm not worried about anything else up here, so let's just go back downstairs. Yeah, I don't see any more containers over here either. But there was some more containers downstairs, though, we should look at. Let's go down. We got everybody together? Is everybody...
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
We got everybody? Yeah, alright. Alright, there's that guard. Let's stay away from him. We looked at this bookshelf, I believe. Yep. Let's see if there's something over here. And did we look in this one? I think we did. Yeah, book. Let's see if we can open up the lock on this chest. And this one. There's a lot of stuff in there too. Let's grab all that. And some more potions too. Let's grab them. Potion of invulnerability in there. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. Alright, we got resist magic and invulnerability, which is improved mage armor and greater resistance. That's a good potion. We got some healing, might as well put that on her. And a bunch of gems and things. Alright. I'm pretty sure we looked in this too, but let's make sure. Yep. And the cabinet over here. That one's empty. Alright, Antar's right there. Should I risk? And a servant. Let's see if we can at least take a look at these bookshelves without setting him off. Yeah, there's books. Hopefully there's not a trigger or something over here. Got more books. And more books. Alright. And over here is just more stairways going up. Alright, I think we're good in here. Yeah, there's nothing else for us to do. Alright, let's get out of here. Now, I think we're done with all the stuff here in Baldur's Gate, except for that cloak. We still need to get that cloak from down in Baragos and bring it back up here. Matter of fact, let's take a look at the journal. Yeah, Elgernon's cloak. We should be able to do that. And then while we're down there, we can go to Nashkel and we can get Montaron and Zar back. And we'll dump Eldoth and Sky, and we can continue on with the main quest. So, let's go ahead and get out of here, and then I'll see you down in Baragos. Alright, here we are back in Baragos, and as you can see, yeah, we're heavily fatigued. It was a long journey coming back down here. We are up in the top floor of Feldapos Inn, and this is the guy here that we need to get that cloak off of Elgernon. Let's go to Sky. Actually, you know what? Let's take a quick look at something. Yeah, sleight of hand was 12. What was Eldoth's? 10. Okay, yeah, Sky's is the best. Let's go see if we can't get that cloak. And I'm quite certain we can. Success. There we go. Got the cloak. And it needs to be identified. Yeah, let's give that to Eldoth. Elgernon's cloak is a Charisma +2 and Charm Person or Animal. Unlimited uses. Alright. Well, let's go all the way back to Baldur's Gate and close out this quest then. I'll cut all this out. I'll see you over there. Alright, we are finally all the way back here in Baldur's Gate in the Noble District, so we can continue on with this last quest up here. Off camera, I did go all the way down to Nashkel, and I picked up Montaron and Zar, so Eldoth and Sky are no longer with us, obviously. And I moved all the equipment back around, so pretty much everything's back to where it was before we picked up those guys. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn in this cloak to Firkus. We were just outside of his place, which is right there. Let's see what he's got for us. Oh, something else I did, I rested up too, because we were heavily fatigued and making that journey all the way back here. Alright, let's talk to Firkus.
Hi, friend.
Evil party. Thank you so much. Here's 150 gold for your efforts. Thanks. Okay, 150 gold, 100 XP. And it looks like that journal is done. Yeah, alright. Simple as that. I thought he was going to give us something, but I guess not. Okay, well, besides the gold. So the next thing we need to do is go back down to the Flame and Fist headquarters, so let's get out of here. Yeah, and if I remember right, that's going to lead us back down to Candlekeep. So, I'll see you over there at the headquarters. I'll cut all this journey stuff out. Alright, back here in the Flaming Fist headquarters up on top. Let's go talk to the Duke.
Honorable men,
I am glad to have you back. So, what have you learned so far? We came here to tell you we no longer wish to work for you. We know that any incriminating evidence would be found on Ryaltar, the overall leader of the Iron Throne's Baldur's Gate. He's currently supposed to be in Candlekeep on some sort of business. Then there's only one thing to do. Travel to Candlekeep and learn what they're doing there, whatever it is. It can't bode well for the fortunes of the city. Take this book. Without it, the keeper of the portal won't allow you entrance into the library. Here also is the reward money that I had promised you. Alright, let's go. Chapter 6.
Your journey has come full circle. Duke Elton has asked that you travel back to Candlekeep, where you must spy upon the leaders of the Iron Throne. While it troubles you that such evil men now make use of the Great Library, and you wish the circumstances of your visit would be different, it will still be a pleasure to return to your former home.
back to Candlekeep. Alright, let's see. Did he actually... Yeah, he gave us 2,000 gold. And, yeah, we got a book. Alright. Yeah, now it's chapter 6. Let me check something. Yeah, it's +2 deflection, +2 constitution. No, let me see if I unequip it. What is it now? Okay, now it's a +3 constitution. Alright. Well, let's head toward the Keeper of the Portal. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of weird people. A lot of people acting weird here. Now that everybody is a bunch of doppelgangers. Alright, let's talk to the Keeper.
Hold, travelers! Before you will be allowed entrance, you must donate a tome of great value to our libraries.
We have the book you require. You have met the requirements to gain entry to our most holy library. It is fine to see the child of Gorion once again within these hallowed grounds. Please have your less civilized friends refrain from causing trouble. We are very strict with the letter of the law, as you well know. And in we go. Alright. Another watcher. Let's talk to this guy, see if he says anything different. Oh, we heard all that stuff a long time ago, talking to those guards. Alright, well, we could go directly into the library, I guess, but I'm thinking we should probably take a walk around this whole place. Let's see if this watcher says anything different. Same stuff. Yeah, let's go take a quick look in some of these buildings. Alright, there's Fuller. Well, I'll be. If that isn't someone with a tale to tell, I don't know who is. What have you been up to this past while? I've been trying to get to the bottom of this metal crisis. I haven't put it all together yet, but the Iron Throne has their hand in it somehow. The Iron Throne? 2 of their leaders are here right now in the Central Keep. I hope you know what you're doing, because Candlekeep isn't the place for blind accusations. Look, we'll just pretend the topic never came up, okay? Okay. Alright, this guy say anything?
Our library is a man's harem.
No
of
time to
knowledge.
chat. Just for the hell of it, I don't know if we can even find anything new in some of these containers again, but let's see if there's anything in there worth grabbing. Potion of healing, I guess we can grab it. Alright, there's nothing else for us in here. Let's get out of here. Alright, onward. Let's see, that's the crafting hall. I'm not going to bother going in there. Alright, let's go over here next. Anything new in these containers? Ooh, more gold. Not that we need it, but... Alright, let's see if there's something new in here. The bunkhouse. Parda's in here. Let's talk to him. Oh, Montron, I heard you had returned. If only it weren't in such dark times. Something is afoot in Candlekeep. There's an unvoiced panic amongst those of us who still call these haunted halls our home. You must help us, I pray you. Why the panic? What's so wrong? The Watchers. Some of the Watchers are so strange now, and people that I've known and loved for years now pass me in the halls without greeting, without their usual silly story, without some discourse in their latest readings. At first I thought it was just me, but it's not me, it's them. I see it in their sidelong glance. Disdain, jealousy, rivalry. These I could understand. I could make sense of, but They weren't what I saw in their beady eyes. I saw hunger, plain and simple. Now shush. No one must know that I have spoken with you. Yep. Is that one completed? Yeah. Yeah, we know what's going on here. Everybody here is all a bunch of doppelgangers again. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, moving on. Let's check these other containers, see if there's anything new in this stuff. It's empty. Oh, there's Hull. Some gold, let's grab it. Let's talk to Hull, see if he says anything different now. Now there's a face I never thought I'd see in a million years. When we heard about Gorian's passing, Fuller and I went out to gather his body, but you were nowhere to be seen. I don't know what you two came across that night, but Gorian died a noble death saving you from it. I need your help, Hull. What kind of help? What can you tell me about the Iron Throne? The Iron Throne? They're a merchant's guild, I think. Winthrop probably knows more about it than I do. On the other hand, 2 of them are in the libraries right now. They've been around for a few days now. Said they had some business to conduct here. Okay.
I should have joined the army.
Yep, we know about all this stuff. Alright, what was this one? Barracks. Let's go see if there's something different in here. Oh, there's nobody in here. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Alright, let's keep moving. And that's another watcher. Yeah, I guess we can go in the inn next. See if there's anything different up there. Alright, Winthrop. Let's see if he's got something new to say. Aye, now there's the rapscallion. Set on the little wisp now and make every bolt count. Winthrop, you old fool. If I had an arrow for every one of these practical jokes you played on me. Yes, he'd run right out of the fletching business in a flash, he would. It's good to see your impish face again. Now fill me in on what's been going on lately. I've been trying to get to the bottom of this metal crisis. A merchant's guild is involved somehow. Iron Throne. Do you know anything about them? The Iron Throne, child? Why, there be no bigger or more dastardly mercantile consortium in all the western realms. They've been barred from Cormyr for their unsavory practices, but all it's done is make them nastier. You'd best steer clear of them, as long as you've still got life in you. Alright. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything different here. Alright. Anybody else back here? Nothing. I guess I can take a quick look upstairs to see if there's anybody up there. Oh, who's this? Oh, there's Reaver. Let's talk to him. You've been away without leave, soldier. Are you expecting forgiveness? Are you expecting redemption? Well, spare me. I want 500 push-ups, and I want them now. Yes, sir. Alright, let's leave him alone. Let's go take a quick look upstairs to see if there's anybody up there. Alright, well, I just got done looking up on the second floor. There was nobody up there to talk to, but there was some locked containers that we went ahead and picked. Nothing but a bunch of gold. We found a scroll, a diamond, and a flame dance ring and all that stuff, too. Let's move this scroll over here to Czar. Yeah, it was Mind Blank. I don't think we have that one. Oh, that's a higher level spell. Let's just hold on to that thing. Alright, well, let's see. We are running up on time. I think we're going to continue checking the rest of this perimeter in the next episode, and then we'll go up inside the library as well. What was this place over here? The priest's quarters. Oh, there's Dreppen over there too. Alright, we're going to talk to these guys in the next episode, though. So let's go ahead and end the episode here. We'll see you all in the next one, ladies and gentlemen.